Many people aren't happy unless they're up in arms about something. And if there isn't something, they make up something to keep them from becoming bored. A lot of those folks resort to goofy internet stories, which are mostly harmless unless you're friends of psychological sicknesses that persuade them to emulate fictional murderers. Some of them are so gruesome that I'm not going to go into detail about them here. As far as this madness of ours really causing problems, the much more significant factor is when people take something real and blow it out of proportion, to the extent that they and hundreds, thousands, perhaps millions of others join them in unnecessary yet crippling fear. If the gods are real, they're surely laughing at us for what we do to ourselves with these destructive impulses. And such is the nature of the Ebola scare. Some well-to-do Westerners thought it would be interesting to stir the pot and coerce friends and neighbors alike into thinking that it's a casually contagious disease that one can get from hugs, sitting on public restroom toilet seats, computer keyboards you may utilize at your local library. Anyway, the good news is that these conspiracy blabbers a bunch of BS. You have nothing to fear about Ebola. Short of blood or sexual contact with the person with Ebola, and there really aren't many of them outside of certain isolated regions of the world, odds are very, very, very heavily that you aren't getting it. So, if that disappoints you, too bad. That's the facts of life. No internal or external bleeding, blood clots, swift death for you. Actually, let me take that back. You won't get that from Ebola. Now again, depending on the type of person you are, the news might disappoint you. Yet at the same time, maybe I can help you. You see, 23% of people in the United States die from heart disease. Another 23% or so die from cancer. 5+% die from chronic lower respiratory disease. Another 5% or so of fatal strokes. Yet another 5% experience fatal accidents. 3+% deteriorate to death from Alzheimer's disease. Almost 3% die directly from diabetes. Next on the list are influenza, pneumonia, various forms of kidney disease. And rounding out the top 10 is suicide. In short, odds are really, really high that you're going to die from something that kills you progressively and painfully. And very likely slowly. It may involve losing control of your thoughts and your focus. It might involve you not being able to recognize your closest loved ones. It might be some thought or memory that you can't get rid of that provokes you to be your own disease, so to speak. Those of us who are familiar with that sort of internal conflict, well, we face that every day of our lives. Sometimes for days, weeks, months, or years at a time. Now, odds are you're not getting Ebola. If that's the only thing bothering you right now, then you can rest easy. But if you're afraid of slow and agonizing death, losing control, not being able to determine what time in your life your fatal decline will begin, it's going to be a tough ride for you. After all, it could happen at any moment. It might be a sudden fall down the steps. Maybe your lover's secretly planning on killing you and disposing of your corpse so that she can have your stuff. Or maybe, just maybe, you're about to have an aneurysm. A sudden burst in your brain. Actually, that could happen at any moment. There's no way of knowing when. With that in mind, if there are people in life who you need to make amends with before you die, I suggest giving them a call as soon as possible. Let me end all this by stating that you shouldn't spend too much time trying to prevent your death. It's going to happen. George Washington died, Edgar Allan Poe died, Shakespeare died, Mozart died, Socrates died if he ever even existed. And you're going to die. And likely suffer in the process of dying. But there is good news. You're probably not dying from Ebola.